Hey again. It's like every time we wake up from our little nap, we're right back here. Oops. I literally feel like my fingers are shrinking. Um, I don't know, I go through these weird things. I'm serious. I feel like I go through these things where my body either shrinks or expands, and I call it the thinner effect, like the Stephen King thing. The Stephen King book with the gypsy. Gosh, gypsies. That's an interesting life, right? And I mean like Romany people, like Romany gypsies, because we always think like home is where you are, and home is the most important thing, and home is where the heart is. But I mean, for a gypsy, well, I guess all of that goes without saying, because their home is wherever they are. And it's just traveling and traveling, and I guess it makes you feel like the earth is your home. I've always been, I don't know, it's like I have these two sides of me, and I've always been kind of attracted to the nomadic kind of lifestyle, just going out into the world and not having a home, living anywhere. I've always felt drawn to that somehow. But then again, I love the security of always having somewhere to go, always having a home. And I think if there's one thing that I would love to do, but that scares the bejesus out of me, it would have to be being a traveler. Just backpacking across the world, I think. That's what I'd love to do. I mean, and I know I'm pretty all about doing stuff, but I think the reason I haven't done this is because it's just scary to me. I mean, first of all, it's something that I would hate to do alone, because it's scary for me and dangerous, I think. Uh, but then also just because it's the gypsy people, one of their things that I admire a lot is their focus on family and being together. So besides me freaking out about the killer and being sold into white slavery by traveling alone, I think just traveling with someone else gives you that sense of community that the gypsies have, because they're always together. And I suppose that when you are with people that you love, then you don't really need um, much in the way of what a home is, in the traditional sense. Because if your heart is with someone else, then I think that's your home, right? Your home would be with them. And I think when I do it, I want it to be perfect. I want it to not be something where I'm in the middle of it. And, I've spent all this time and effort and money, and I'm in the middle of this experience and I just hate it. Or I start regretting why I did it. I think that's why I haven't done it yet. I feel like if I did it now, I wouldn't enjoy it. And I'd regret it so bad. And then I'd feel like I wasted so much time. And then I wouldn't want to do it again because I would have this bad experience. And I'd be afraid that I'd carry this bad experience over to the next experience. So no, that's why I haven't done it yet. I guess I'm not ready. But I'd still love to. I'd still imagine it. I mean, what would you, what do you really, 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 really want to do? Like I'm talking something you can see yourself doing, but for some reason you just haven't. And why? What is that reason? Why haven't you done it? No, I'm serious. I really want to know because it's never stuff that we talk about. Like I've always wanted to go. And it's also just not even to like tourist hotspots, but to places off the beaten track, places that nobody knows about except the locals. And I want to just learn about that environment and that culture and the land, the area. It's pretty scary. I'm just thinking about the language differences, especially if I go alone. It's just too much. I've seen too many episodes, and it's not even about like watching the crime channel, okay? It's just the hassle, the pure hassle of being somewhere where the language is different, people might not really care. Um, like for foreigners, like who has time to help me? I know when I went to college in a different province or state, I felt kind of no one really cared. I mean, there's a difference. People, when you're a tourist, people treat you differently. When you live somewhere, when you move somewhere, they treat you differently. And the places that I'd want to see are places where the locals would want to go. So then maybe they would think I was a local and just treat me like crap. Because for tourists, everyone always smiles and is on their best behavior, and then when it's the locals, it's like, yeah, okay. um, so I'm listening. What are you? What are you gonna do that you haven't done, and why haven't you done it? Why? What do you want to do? Yes, tell me.